What is your favorite memory from Tri-Delt?
So there's been just like so many memories that it was hard for me to even come up with this, but I would have to say, just looking back, a really sweet memory that stands out to me is just the day of moving into the Tri-Delt house my sophomore year. We were coming into sophomore year. I had spent kind of freshman year getting to know my pledge class, getting to know the girls in this chapter, but really didn't even know what was in store, just like the deep friendships and the deep community that I would find in the Tri-Delt house, and just how many fun memories there were. And so I just look back to that day. I remember it was literally pouring rain the day that we were all moving into the Tri-Delt house, and so we were all just nervous and excited, and we were about to go into our first rush, and it was just so much excitement and crazy feelings, and we were literally running in from the rain carrying our stuff, and we had everyone coming in and helping us. And I think it's just really sweet for me to look back on that, because the Tri-Delt house truly was one of my favorite years of college, just living with so many girls and getting to do life with them. And I literally made my forever friends in the Tri-Delt house, and was surrounded by girls that will be in my life forever. And so so it's just a really sweet memory to look back on, and it really shaped how the rest of college would play out for me. So
there are so many memories when I look back, but one that is so distinct that I just remember it vividly was last year, junior year of college, and I was at this all sorority worship night, and it was at the Kappa House, and basically they had asked for Tri-Delt to have a representative to share a part of their story, and so I just really thought of who I wanted it to be, and I remember knowing that I really wanted it to be Taryn Woody, and so I asked Taryn, this girl in our pledge class, to speak, and I remember her being nervous, but just really feeling confident that she was the exact girl that was supposed to get up and share her story with girls from every single sorority. And so I remember showing up to that last year and just hearing her speak and get up on the stage and talk, and with so much humility, and hearing her just say that she did not deserve to be up there, just brought me to tears. And I just remember that memory so vividly, because I knew in that moment I was watching the Lord just break down walls, and had seen him, and remembering his faithfulness in Tri-Delt, and specifically in our pledge class, just watching relationships form with people, and seeing how just the girls in this pledge class have been so humble and loving, and just seeing that girls that maybe, including myself, were scared to speak up freshman year, or didn't feel like they had a place to share their story, watching them just blossom and get to openly share their story, knowing that every single person has such a place to tell that. And I just love Taryn literally wholeheartedly in all of these girls. And so I think when I just look back at all of the girls in our pledge class, I smile and I hold the memory of watching people open up. And that's my favorite memory, is getting to see these relationships open up and us break down walls and love each other. So
well, sophomore year, I lived in the house with 40 other girls. It was just so fun. But specifically, I remember that that March, my grandma passed away, and my roommate had put together all the house girls to just write me some sweet letters to let me know that they were thinking of me, and it just meant a lot to know that so many people were thinking about me in that time.
One of my favorite memories, I think, was Big Little Reveal my senior year. It's just fun being the oldest, the irrelevant grandma, but getting to watch the excitement through all the different years of kind of building up your family, and then feeling like it's complete all beneath you. And so me, Jordan, Cheney, and Callie all dressed up as different characters from Hannah Montana. So I was Lily, and my sister Cheney was blonde Hannah Montana, Callie was brunette Miley, and Jordan came in clutch as Billy Ray Cyrus. And so just getting to have that funny reveal together, and then we get breakfast every single week, and that's just been a really sweet part of senior year, to invest in my family and learn from them and just get to spend time together. So I think the silliness of it all, but also the way we really just get to do life together, is a fave Tri-Delt memory.
How has Tri-Delt impacted your college experience?
Tri-Delt has been one of the most impactful
parts of my college experience and also just my life, like going forward. I think getting to be in Tridel and getting to serve in Tridel has built up this self-confidence in me that I did not have coming into freshman year. Especially just getting to serve within like leadership positions and have a lot of people just put a lot of trust in you. And for me, just coming into Tridel, St. Jude was something that I was so incredibly passionate about. And then I got the opportunity to serve as philanthropy chair, which for me is like a dream come true. And to have just like so many girls just behind me, supporting me and trusting me to lead them was something that I had never experienced before, and it really allowed me to just like have more confidence in myself and also know that like I can like accomplish big things, and if you are bold and have the right attitudes, like you can do really big things, and like people are gonna love you and support you through that. And so I think that was like the most impactful thing for me, and I know that it will continue to impact me through my years outside of college as well. So.
I don't think I fully understood the importance of women community before I got to college, and experienced it really quickly. It was like being thrown into a room of 80-something girls, and they were like, these are your best friends, you're gonna be your bridesmaids one day, and I think I was rolling my eyes like, yeah, okay, whatever, and here we are senior year, and that's really true. But I think the biggest way it's impacted me is I was a horrible listener coming into college, and I still would consider myself not a great listener, and it's like I came to a place where everyone was so good at it, and it was a little intimidating, but also so refreshing that these girls wanted to know me and my heart, and stemmed in a lot of different ways in my life. And I think that it was not only like listen to people's stories, but use those facts and those stories and those instances and let it build a platform for you to be educated. And with that education and with knowing those things about people and their hearts, it puts you in a position to be able to speak for the marginalized or speak for the people who, for whatever reason, don't have a voice. And I think that it is something that has molded me into the woman that I am and made me a lot better because of it.
Tridel has impacted my college experience just by showing me how to embrace differences. I think this chapter is just like a very loving and unconditional loving chapter, and we all have our own interests and just like hobbies and talents and different friend groups, but we all come together, and I think that is something that Tridel has shown me, not only in this chapter, but just like people that I meet on a day-to-day basis.
So when I was going through Rush, I was told some advice, and the person said, pick the sorority not with the women that you see right now that are like you, but pick the sorority that has women that are who you want to be in 4 years. And so that's why I picked Tridel. I was blown away by these women, and they were not exactly like who I was at that moment, but they were who I wanted to be through my 4 years of college. And honestly, that is exactly what it did for me. It turned me into a woman that I wanted to be, and led me to do things that I never thought possible, because Tridel's full of an organization full of these amazing, inspiring, and passionate, and just driven and incredible women. And so that kind of drove me to be like that too. And so every time I went to chapter, I went to an event and saw all these girls and women doing like incredible things that made me want to be like that as well. And so it just would always drive me further than what I thought possible.
What is one thing you would go back and tell your freshman year self?
I think I would go back and tell my freshman year self just to remember the really good days and the really hard days, because I think back to freshman year and I really had a tendency to kind of want to forget the bad days and forget the obstacles that were in my way and move on to the next like great thing. But I've learned today just that remembering the hard days and the hard things you've gone through just like show the Lord's faithfulness, and it's not a bad thing to remember bad things, if that makes some sense. So that's what I've learned.
One thing I would tell my freshman year self would be to not hesitate to reach out to people. I think a lot of times I found myself kind of waiting around for someone to reach out, or kind of feeling sorry for myself for not having things to do. But I think the key, especially being a senior this past year and having to talk to a lot of businesses or interviewing for jobs and realizing that there's so much that lies behind just asking someone to meet up. And it can be as simple as going into a professor's office and not turning into a 2-hour conversation about life and anything but the class that you're taking. And so whether it's finding friends or finding a mentor or just someone to talk to, I wish that I had been challenged to go out and ask people to kind of do life together more in my freshman year.
So rushing as a sophomore, I think I have a little bit different of an answer, but I think I would just go back and tell myself that it's gonna be okay. You've got great friendships coming, and I guess it might seem hard right now, but the next 3 years are gonna be the best thing ever. But just be present in what you have right now, and you're gonna get through it.
I would probably tell my freshman year self that sometimes saying no is important. If you know me, that's my biggest struggle. I don't say no to anything. I will do anything and everything with friends and just overexhaust myself to the point that I quite literally almost die. And so I think that I would tell myself just to don't say no to anything freshman year, of course, because freshman year you gotta make good friends and do all the things. But on a more serious note, I would say that God is truly in control of everything, and let go of the aspect of control if you're anything like me. You can't perfectly plan everything that's going to happen in college, and know that He is holding your hand throughout it all, and just it's really sweet to see what He's done so far. So yeah.